Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to react to a UFC injury that happened to the fighter Razak Al Hassan, and with us we have the following doctors.
Hello, I'm Dr. Reba and I'm an osteologist.
Hi, I'm Fabia and I'm a cardiologist.
Hi, my name is Ria and I'm a neurologist.
Hi, I'm Ina. I'm an osteopathic physician.
Glory, but yeah, I can't believe this dude didn't tap sooner. Watch it pop. Watch it backwards.
Actually, what they're saying is generally correct, but a more technical description would be that Hassan's elbow was hyperextended, which caused the anterior dislocation of the elbow joint. Due to the severity of the injury, it is possible that the olecranon process was not only dislocated from the olecranon fossa, it also could have been fractured.
So let me react. Let me check the video. Okay.
That was something.
That was a bit traumatizing.
So, what do you think happened during this injury in relation to muscles?
So from what I can see, the anterior compartment, the posterior compartment of the arms would be affected. So the anterior compartment would consist of the brachioradialis, brachialis, and the biceps brachii, and the posterior compartment would consist of the anconeus muscle and the triceps brachii. So the anterior compartments are usually responsible for the flexion and supination of the elbow, and we also have the posterior compartment, which is usually responsible for the extensioning, straightening, and also assist in the movements of the forearm. As you can see, all of these muscles aid in the movement of the elbow because it is mostly just the olecranon fossa affected. The wrist extensors and the flexor muscles would probably not be affected, and it will be intact because these muscles originate from the lateral and medial epicondyles of the humerus, not the olecranon. So what I can see also in this video is that the ligaments here on the elbow joint that hold it together could also stretch and tear from the way it was pulled and could become loose over time, and it will take a longer time to recover.
Spooky, scary skeleton.
So our elbow joint is comprised of the articulation between the distal humerus and the proximal ulna, where the radius lies laterally, forming the radial ulnar joint. Looking at the video, Hassan experienced anterior dislocation, which refers to the proximal ulna being forced anterior and most likely superior relative to the distal humerus. Dislocations usually only result in injured ligaments or capsules, but complex dislocations can also fracture the surrounding bony structures of the joint. The distal joint surface of the humerus is formed with the trochlea and the capitulum, articulating with the trochlear notch of the ulna and the head of the radius. Moving on to the posterior surface, the olecranon is the bony landmark that is commonly fractured in anterior dislocations. It acts as a lever to assist the extensor muscles that straighten the elbow. It is the posterior aspect of the proximal ulna and also makes up the posterior superior surface of the trochlear notch. The olecranon process of the ulna articulates with the anterior distal humerus in the olecranon fossa. In Hassan's case, the force applied in hyperextending the elbow causes the olecranon process to be levered within the olecranon fossa, possibly resulting in a fracture. The continuation of force then displaces the proximal ulna anteriorly while leaving the olecranon behind.
So from the video, I can already tell the main nerves that are affected. They include the median nerve, the ulnar nerve, and the radial nerve. And the radial nerve innervates the posterior forearm, whereas the ulnar nerve innervates the anterior forearm. And these nerves are essentially important for functional movements of the muscle that they innervate. And so a few symptoms that someone with this injury would experience is a burning sensation and some tingling as well in the forearm. And damage to the median nerve would impair the function of the flexor muscles and possibly the radial half of the flexor digitorum profundus. And the damage to the radial nerve would impair the movement of the triceps brachii, as well as the extension of the wrist and fingers. And damage to the ulnar nerve would eventually result in like a decreased grip strength or like pinch strength, and it impairs the ability to do routine activities. And this could also lead to muscle weakness and atrophy.
What does he have? Blood. Where? Blood.
Now that we've covered the nerve innervation, I'll give a quick overview of the blood supply of the upper limb. So firstly, we've got the axial artery, and that continues as the brachial artery at the lower border of the teres major. And then this artery will bifurcate into the radial and the ulnar artery to supply the forearm and the the hand. The radial artery supplies the lateral part of the forearm and terminates as the deep palmar arch. And the ulnar artery supplies the medial forearm and terminates as a superior palmar arch. We've also got venous drainage of the upper limb, and this begins as deep veins, which are unnamed, and then they will merge into the axillary vein and then continue as the subclavian vein at the ribs. And then the subclavian vein will merge with the internal jugular vein, and that will form the brachiocephalic vein. And then both the left and the right brachiocephalic veins will merge and return to the heart via the superior vena cava.
That was it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Bye bye.